What's going on? I am your host Neeko, and you are now tuned into trapLA TV. And right now I have a hot artist here with me to do some trapping, of course. But not only that, he will be talking about his new single he got out right now with some big features from his recent album, Got Me Fucked Up.
Hey.
Somebody got you fucked up?
Hey, everybody.
I got you, don't even trip. But before we get into all of that, you know, some of you may recognize him already. But for those of you who need a little reminder, I'm going to go ahead and let this gentleman introduce himself.
Well, how you doing, everybody? This is Adrian Marcel. Coming all the way from East Oakland, you know, I'm here trapping with my girl Neeko, you know. Yeah, you might know me, be real familiar with 2 a.m. You may be real familiar with 7 days a week. We got the next Reloaded, a couple mixtapes I put out. But now coming forward, we had this GMFU thing. We just put it out. It's on iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, AdrianMarcelOfficial.com. So you definitely want to tap into that. And while you at it, you know, hit your radio stations and all the rest to ask them about that new single, Mobin, featuring Too Short, Lil Boosie, MCity Jr. We real turned up on that, man. So yeah, tap in.
I did get to check it out. You got some big features, some heavy hitters on there. How you pull it off? You know, you the man. Okay.
I appreciate. You know, I'm always trying to connect dots that aren't always connected. You know, so on my first mixtape, 7 days a week, I brought Richie Rich in with 8 Ball. You know, on a song I had called Killer. You know, just kind of bridging the gap between Atlanta and Oakland. And on this one, I kind of want to bring that same thing to this project. You know, I wanted to bring two people that I haven't heard do anything together like that. So, you know, Too Short is a legend in Oakland, in my city, and everywhere really. So it was only right that we made that connection. And as well as Lil Boosie, he's always in the city, always showing love. A legend in my eyes. So to bring those two together was huge. And then MCity Jr is an up and coming. He's from Detroit, and you know I'm always shouting out the D, man. So you know, shout out to MCity because he came and really put that fun burst that I feel like, you know, that 2 a.m. kind of had. You know, Sage touched it. You know what I mean? So yeah, exactly.
It was like a young feel because I was like bumping it on the way here. Like, okay, I see you. All right.
Yeah.
And how was it making that track? Was this something you just, you know, hit the studio? You know, what take Drake it was an hour boom band magic made. You had to sit on it, maybe meditate a couple of days and put it together.
Right.
How was that experience?
We were in the studio. You know, a couple of us, Kyle Christopher, Ramir Vincent, Jane Hancock, myself, Shonuff. We was all in the studio, kind of just working on the album itself. And I had been passing by this record, this beat, you know, for a minute, you know, and it was just so mobby. Like, you know, I come from East Oakland, so I'm all about something that's mobbing. And I heard, and I kept thinking, I kept telling everybody, listen, keep the word mob, keep that in your head, mob and soul. I just want you to think that. And we went back to that beat, and we just started kind of flowing. You know, my girl Jane threw a melody on it. And we all started putting our heads together, and we wrote it. And as we was writing, I was just running in and out of the booth, recording it, coming out, finishing it, recording it, writing it, recording it. And we got it done, and I think probably about like an hour and a half, it was like a real smooth transition, man. And
you ain't tight.
it was dope. No. It wasn't even like that. It was just, you know, when you in the zone and you feeling it, the vibes are good. Everybody rocking with each other. It's all organic. It's only right that it's gonna come out like that. You know what I'm saying? That's when you thinking and you planning and you trying to do too much preparing and tweaking that it's gonna be overworked and too much. So I think it was just the right vibe. You know?
Definitely. Okay, so you know, is this your first single that you put out from the tape?
Absolutely.
And why did you choose as your first single to put out for it?
Well, for those who may not have the album yet, GMFU, you need to go get it. It's a vibe. It's a vibe project. It's something that you can smoke to, you can drink to. You definitely can get it going with your significant other too. You know, in the night very well. But Mobin is the only song, in my opinion, that's like that on the album. And I'm not naive. You know, I'm a businessman as well as an artist. You know, it's all about what song is up tempo and gonna get the people feeling good, hit them clubs, hit all those party scenes and everything. You know, I did come from that, being that I had the 2 a.m. record that's about to be platinum in a few weeks now.
See, look, I'm not about to play with you over here. Dropping,
you know what I'm saying? Little hints just for the respect. But no, it's you know, it just has that up tempo feel and that feel good vibe. So I wanted to make sure that people could party, people could have a good time, they could feel like they had something that they could use for their pre-function or their post, function, whatever it may be. And then after you get that out your system, you go ahead and get to the real, the real thing.
Okay.
That after the club movement. So,
that R. Kelly.
You know what I'm saying? That pregnancy movement. You know what I'm saying?
That anything is possible.
Yeah, exactly. You did.
So, you are from Oakland. You're a West Coast artist.
Exactly.
With your music, your platform, what kind of influence or impact do you want to have on your listeners and, your fans? Because, you have your artists who just make music to make the people feel good.
Exactly.
You got your artists that are conscious and, constantly have a message for the people. But for you, what do you want to have, the impact you want to have on the people?
Like I said, man, I think we laugh at it and I joke about it, but when I say I'm trying to, bring people together and make a soundtrack to your pregnancy, like it's funny, but at the same time it's real. Like I want people to come together, and I want you to feel like it's not a battle of the sexes,
right?
That I feel comes with music these days, because everybody is so about one thing. It'll be I'm taking your chick, or I'm on this drugs, or I'm doing that, and everybody can't relate to that. I'm just trying to tap in with those people that are about positivity, good vibes, man, going through real things in their relationships. I feel like that's where I'm strong at. I've had many different relationships, some good, some bad, but I've learned many lessons that I could bring to just life, period, through that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Experiences. So I want people to know that you're not alone when it comes to your struggles with the opposite sex or with whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going through something, but that don't mean we need to be separated. Like, I like seeing people together. I like seeing, you know what I'm saying, people holding hands, walking down the street, vibing and shit together. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of music that I try to make. I try to make music that will make you sit down and, instead of yelling and screaming at each other, talk it out.
Boom. That's what we need. We need a little bit more good communication.
Exactly.
And we definitely need,
because half the time it's just miscommunication. That's it.
No, majority of the time.
Exactly.
Like,
it's just a misunderstanding.
You feel me?
But
got your projects out. You got your work out there. So I know we got Google. We could just type in Adrian Marcel, find everything. But I want you to tell us the direct plug on where we can go again. Remind us, all the sites you could go to get your music,
absolutely,
your album, and even what's coming up. Even you.
Okay, absolutely. Well, you can always follow me on IG at Adrian Marcel, Twitter at Adrian Marcel 510. I'm one of them people that's very in contact with my fans and such. I even got this phone number that y'all can call. Y'all can hit me up at. It's 510-316-7607. Tap in with me. Ask AM. You can ask me about the album. Tell me how your day is. Shit, vent, whatever it may be. Just holler at me. You know what I'm saying? But on top of that, AdrianMarcelOfficial.com. If you want hard copies, we got limited edition hard copies that's made to order. So I'm signing, sealing, and delivering them personally to everybody. So just tap in, just keep up with what's going on. It's gonna be some movies, some books. I don't know. I'm trying to be in everything. I'm just in your face. You know what I'm saying? Tune in, tap into Revolt, BT, Jam, Soul, all of that. We got videos galore on the way out. So yeah, tap in.
You know what? If I call this number,
don't play. I'm gonna answer your call.
You better not do me like Mike Jones, okay? I'm
I'm answering.
All right,
first ring though, it ain't even gonna get.
Hello, first ring, bro. Else you got a problem.
You go.
And is there anything we can expect from Adrian Marcel? This summer, the rest of the year? Anything we need to look out for?
Man, you can expect to see me. I've been gone for about 2 years now, so you can definitely expect for me to be up close and in your face. So. Move out the way, I'm in this thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to thank Adrian Marcel for coming through and trapping with your girl, of course. And I want to make sure all of you guys log on to www.trap.la to check out my guy.